Previously on the Big Brother live feeds. Let's talk spoilers, have some laughs, smash that like, grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something comfy, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Jolene. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Jolene. That's me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel for the Big Brother Breakdown with Jolene. That's me, stand-up comedian and Big Brother superfan Joleen Lunzer, here to talk about Big Brother 26. What we do over here, we share spoilers. We share our opinion about Big Brother. Remember, I am very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You can sound off in the live chat in the comment section, and we can just respectfully agree to disagree.
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
Where did you find her? We take a comedic look. We roast things. We recap things. We have some laughs. So we got a lot to talk about today after yesterday's POV ceremony and the aftermath of that.
You ready to laugh?
We're ready to laugh because yesterday was a very plentiful. It was a big day on the live feeds. Things just didn't stop, and conversations, speculations, misinterpretations, all the Asians were happening. A quick shout out to everyone who joined the YouTube members and Patreon members live yesterday. We're going to be doing those Mondays at 4. So if you want to be a part of those, feel free to sign up for my YouTube membership or my Patreon. And under my Patreon, it is the Joleen Besties tier, or the YouTube Besties and the Lean and the official Lean team, I believe. Tiers on Patreon. And every Monday I think we were on for like an hour and 45 minutes or something, because Mondays usually are crazy this season with post POV ceremony. So 4 p.m. Pacific, you can join me. And if you missed yesterday's, you'll find a link for it in the members on YouTube, the members community tab, and also on Patreon. It'll be on the main page for your membership. And also we have a group chat that I shared it in on Patreon. Right now, they are trying to copyright strike me. So I am editing it. So if you can't find it right now, you'll be able to find it very soon. So that's even more of a reason to join us live, because YouTube likes to do some tomfoolery just because we want to listen to a little audio, just because we want to watch the videos that people have made of Brooklyn dancing to Smooth Criminal, because Cam said she looked like Michael Jackson, just because. So Heather, you can go back and find it. It should be under the community tab for the memberships. Okay. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can send a super chat while we're live, a super thanks after the video post, or hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Thank you so much for those of you who have done that, but you don't have to do that. You can just enjoy. Adele says copyright, more like copy wrong. Thank you. Copywritten, so don't copy me. Like, what? Stop. Okay, so let's get caught up on what's happening. Obviously, Tucker is the HOH. Tucker nominated Brooklyn, Cam, and Quinn. Tucker then goes on to win the hide and go veto, which we'll see in tomorrow night's episode. And he made that deal with Quinn, saying, as long as you don't say anything, I will use the pawn, or I'll use the pawn. I will use you as a pawn, and I will use the power veto, take you off the block, and just don't say anything. Well, obviously it's Quinn, so Quinn says stuff, and he told Brooklyn. And so Brooklyn, then that information came back to Tucker, but Tucker decided, you know what? Brooklyn is the real snakes in the grass. And so he still at yesterday's veto ceremony, he used his veto that he won to take Quinn off the block to put Brooklyn up, but it didn't stop there. He also went on to have another house meeting, if you will, a calling out of alliances like the Collective and the Pentagon. He called out Chelsea. He called out Brooklyn. He was just calling people out left and right, blowing people's games up like he promised he would the night before to his 6th Avenue alliance. He had told them that was going to happen, and Angela was like, oh, yay. This is fun. It's not just people hating on me. Now you're going to blow some shit up. Let's see what happens. Oops. Don't play. They're going to copyright strike me. I have my little window open with some feed clips. Uh, so a lot went down. We obviously did not get to see the post POV ceremony drama, but we did hear a lot about it throughout all day yesterday, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Shout out to a wonderful person on Twitter. I'm trying to remember their who made these all these players, and they made one for Tucker, and it's so good. BB Twitter still reigns supreme when it comes to this kind of hilarious content. Okay, so let's hit some of the highlights here. All right, so after the fact, I went live yesterday as this was just starting to happen, as the POV ceremony had just ended and Tucker, tuckering had just been done, and Brooklyn and Chelsea looked shell-shocked. They were talking to one another, just like, huh? Like, why is he calling us out? What's going on? Tucker proceeded to talk to MJ, and MJ is comical at this point, because MJ actually said to Rubina yesterday that she believed if she didn't win the AI arena last week, she was the target, not because for any other reason other than she's the closest person to Tucker. She's so close to Tucker, and they want to get rid of who's close to Tucker, someone who's close to Tucker. She's saying this to Rubina. I don't know. Allegedly, Tucker may have been inside of the person you're saying it to. So you can't get much closer than that. That's that's like when two become one, huh? So MJ stays like, huh? She's just so lost in this game. And then Tucker continues to kind of hype her up about this, and that, you can go ahead and, go with your sisters in Christ, being Chelsea and Mackenzie. I added the sisters in Christ, but really, we know that Chelsea and Brooklyn and Cam have talked about pulling and have pulled MJ in to their little what is now a triangle, to make it a square, because they want someone that is kind of disposable, and they need numbers. And so now they're like, all right, MJ, finally you can play with us. And she's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna probably try to do an alliance and I'll get Tucker with us. I'm like, okay. So Tucker's like, yeah, you can go ahead and you can play with your sisters in Christ, but just know they do not have your back, and just know they're only playing with you now because of the spot they're in. And MJ's like, huh, maybe that does make sense, that I did try to talk with them before, and now their numbers are down and they need people, and they were gonna be okay with voting me out. Okay. Maybe they don't really. Maybe they haven't always wanted to play with me. And I'm like, oh, MJ. We see, obviously Brooklyn very upset. Brooklyn herself has said she does not have a poker face. She's got no poker face, no poker face. She just, you see it on her face. And that has been very entertaining. And I am now very much that we cannot let Brooklyn go. We cannot, after seeing what I saw yesterday on the feeds, it harkens back to when I saw her call out Kenny when he blamed her for the Girls Alliance. We can't let Brooklyn go. We need someone, quick preface, in my opinion, obviously you're welcome to say, Joleen, you're crazy. In my opinion, Tucker right now is running a BB cult. It's amazing. Everyone's got crushes on him. Tucker is doing things in Big Brother you really shouldn't be able to get away with so easily. I mean, I know he was trained by the CIA, according to him, and he can read body language. All right. But everyone is in love with him. Everyone is just whatever Tucker says. And we need someone who's not misted by Tucker. Brooklyn is not misted by Tucker. Brooklyn she's going to call that shit out. You need the balance. Okay. You need these two big entities coming at each other, not working together. You need someone so that it doesn't just become the Tucker season. As entertaining as Tucker can be, everybody needs to get checked. And that's Tucker. He needs to get checked. Joseph is hugging him like, Chemo's always worried. Does Tucker like me? Do you think I'm okay with Tucker? What's Tucker doing? The man literally farts on these people. He literally passes gas and they're like, oh, he's sassy. Oh, he's so sassy. I'm like, he just shat himself in front of you. And they're like, oh, he's so sassy. Oh, God, that's nice. And everyone, yesterday I watched MJ and Leah basically have the most passive aggressive battle for Tucker's attention. Because now MJ feels like I'm the closest. Me and Tucker are in the same position. And Leah, she's been long wanted to like a little bit of tuck. She wanted to tuck herself into Tucker or Tucker tuck herself into them. Okay. Into her. Is that what I'm trying to say? And that's what I think I'm trying to say. Okay, you guys. And so we can't have everybody just in love with Tucker. It's fun when he blows stuff up and everything, but we need people to be checking him. That's why Brooklyn must stay this week. But again, back to MJ and Leah. They were just up in the HOH room, just throwing each other under the bus for this dude. There couldn't be two greater frenemies in this house. Two people who on paper you would think, Leah, MJ, around the same age, like talking about boys, makeup, hair, college, all the things, self-tanner. It should work. It doesn't work because they're just talking shiz about each other left and right. And that's what they're doing in front of Tucker. MJ's like, oh, no. Tucker and Leah laughing. This isn't going to turn into Matt and Leah 2.0. Apparently, MJ have big issues with the way that Matt and Leah conducted themselves. You guys were always having jokes. And Leah's like, yeah, and you never got the jokes. I didn't understand why you didn't get the jokes. Oh my God. You'd be like, huh? After the punchline, what? And we remember, if you think back to the early weeks, MJ, even the first week telling Matt, well, I would be funnier. I really would be funnier. But Leah she took that spot because there's only room for one funny woman in the whole world, and I've taken it. But somehow Leah thinks she can take it. Okay. No, but according to MJ, there's only room for one funny woman in the house. So she's like, oh, no, I can't do it. So MJ's like, I peed on this one. This one's mine. Tucker's mine. I got him. And Leah's like, I don't know. I'm wearing a tank top and I'm pitting it out a little bit. A spaghetti strap. Okay. It's a little hot here. And I'm very funny. So they're just taking jabs at each other while Tucker is just laughing and listening and trying to build relationships with both of them because he definitely wants Brooklyn to go this week. He doesn't want Brooklyn to be able to pull anyone more than she has, being Chelsea and Cam somewhat, because they do work together. But now Cam and Chelsea they did have a talk in the food storage room about, what Tucker has done is he's taken, we talked about this yesterday, the information of who spilled, who voted for who. Brooklyn thought, yeah, obviously it's me, Chelsea, and Cam. We voted for Cedric to stay. We voted Rubina to go. Hello. Yeah, that's what we did. And Tucker's taken that information and said, see, you can't trust her. She's a snake. She ratted all of you out. She ratted out your votes. And then Cam and Chelsea are like, I mean, yeah, she did kind of rat out our votes there, So everyone is just loving Tucker. I mean, damn, even Quinn to a point, because now he's like, no. And we'll have to see a DR from Quinn. He'll have to be squatty potty yelling because I don't really know. But when he's talking to Joseph, he's just like, no, I owe Tucker. I owe him. No, he's a great guy. And Joseph's like, right? He's the greatest guy. He's the greatest guy that ever graded. He's going to make Big Brother great again. And I'm like, okay, calm down. Tucker is the charm, the mist is happening. The pretty privilege. It's like I always say, you have to get rid of the abs. We talked about this on the members only live yesterday. Abs, not just because they're, seemingly strong, but because they're sassy. They're sexy. People see abs like, ooh, so they're more likely to get in a showman's. They're more likely to win any kind of physical comps. And then if you add brains to them too, big problem. People, they're going to come in with the pretty privilege. People are more likely to even unconsciously listen to what a pretty person says and like, okay, that sounds good. Should I jump off this bridge or the one over there? Okay, cool. So you have to get rid of abs. No abs should be left in the house. All right. And some might argue, but Cam, he's not doing anything. Cam is an anomaly. Cam, but again, get rid of Cam too. Because even though Leah's annoyed with him, Chelsea is still like, he's so sassy. She thinks she's going to marry him. I don't even know if I haven't even heard him say he likes her like that. But here we are. Thank you, Zacharoo. Zacharoo, welcome to the YouTube membership, and enjoy your Monday exclusive bonus live streams. So sassy. He's an Ottoman and an anomaly and an Ottoman anomaly. Okay. Yes, Bruce, Tucker's going to serve up the Kool-Aid very soon. And they are all going to drink it except for him. And he's just going to watch them all perish. And that's why we do need this kind of checks and balances, and that being the woman who is unable to have a poker face, and that is Brooklyn. That's just my little 2 cents with this. It also makes it a lot more entertaining for us at home if we have them going after each other. Okay, so we have MJ and Leah yesterday fighting for Tucker's attention, Tucker's love. We have T-Core stirring the pot a little bit. She put on a blue lip and she came to party. You know, MJ was hanging out a lot in the HOH room, as was Leah later in the day. This didn't go unnoticed by Rubina. T-Core definitely didn't help the situation by stirring it up a little bit, going like, yeah, they were laying up there. What do you think about that? So T-Core get a little messy. I'm here for it. But Rubina is like, what? Oh, okay. Well, all right. And so you see Rubina go into the HOH room throughout the day. There was some looks, but then Rubina was just dancing, but she definitely made her presence known. Okay. Rubina's not a dummy, but also you could just like maybe talk to him about it. You know, I mean, Rubina has said previously that if you got to do what you got to do to get on MJ's good side, you know, if you got to get them voting the way we want or whatever, you got to do what you got to do. It's your game. Go ahead. But you know, we've seen this in Big Brother before. You say these things, you talk a big game, but ultimately the gin blossoms always come to the surface. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy. Candy, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Candy says Tucker is a young version of Evil Dick. He's got a little bit of dickisms in him. Little dick in him. That didn't sound good, but you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it sounded great. Maybe it sounded fantastic. Thank you, Candy. So T-Core got the blue lip, stirring the pot a little bit. Brooklyn has a few tears, no beers, but a few tears, puts on her glasses, and she's just like, she's mad because she feels as though Tucker's speech, Tucker's meeting, Tucker's information that he divulged after or during, we'll see it on, you know, Wednesday, hopefully, God willing, the producers show us this. Okay. She feels as though like Tucker didn't share the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help him God. Like Tucker just shared his truths. Tucker kind of was doing a character assassination on Brooklyn. She felt like it was a character assassination because she's a married mother. You guys, it's a married mother. If you guys didn't know, she's a mother and she's married. And she's going to be the first person to win as a married mother. So she's like, I didn't like that. And she's not completely wrong. Tucker himself admits to these people. He admits in conversations that he takes certain allowances. You know, he stirs stuff up and he throws out things and sees if people bite. He does do that. You know, and maybe not everything he's saying is 100% truthful, because what is in the Big Brother house for these house guests? But he believes them to be true. So they're his truth. Therefore, they become the truth of the house, because he has this, he's like a propaganda machine. The guy just says to people like, yes, thanks be to you, Lord Tucker. Thank you so much. And a lot of it is just, you know, him placing himself in the game in a, you know, good light and calling everyone else is fake. Everyone else is a liar. And now this goes against Brooklyn's brand because she's so honest. Both her and Tucker are so honest. They're the most honest piece of honest that ever honested. It's like, no, nobody is this honest. You have to lie. You got to lie sometime. All right. In Big Brother. Sometimes you got to lie a lot. Sometimes you got to lie a little. So Brooklyn's big mad about this. Chelsea's mad about this. Chelsea obviously, you know, handles it differently than Brooklyn. Chelsea remains a little more like, okay. She's kind of rolling with it. She's pissed. She's mad. She can't stand Joseph. She's going to talk to him later in the day, but she really can't stand him. But she's like, maybe I should cool down. Brooklyn, though, you can't hide that face. You cannot hide that face. So we can read it all over your face when she doesn't like someone. And I get it. As an Aquarius, I can't hide this face very well. You know, my husband has to go, Jolene. And I'm like, sorry. Hi. But you'll know if I don't like you. That's the same way with Brooklyn. Okay. Tucker also has made it very clear throughout the day that he feels as though no one has invited him in any alliances. I was never included in any alliances. Everyone has left me out of all the alliances. I'm in this game alone. It's just me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. Like, he's just like, it's just me. It's me and this. And I got a little bit of this. And I got a lot of this. It's him and his CIA training, you guys. Because again, Tucker knew a man. I think he said it was a man. Okay. Apologies if it was a woman, but I'm pretty sure it was a man who taught I am an FBI agent. He's like Keanu Reeves from, what is that movie? You guys don't know what I'm talking about. That movie where he goes, I am an FBI agent. He was trained by a guy who trained the CIA, or he was friends with the guy who trained the CIA. Therefore, he can read body language better than anybody. Nobody can read body language like Tucker. And he's going to tell MJ this, and he's going to tell Brooklyn this. He's going to tell everyone who will listen. I read body language. I'm not just muscles. I'm not just a comp beast, but I'm a body language expert. I know what you know better than anybody. Here's the thing with Tucker. Tucker knows everything. And it is exhausting. All right? Now, Tucker, Team Fun Feeds, Cuckoo Bananas, Fun Times. But how much this guy's good at everything. This guy told us the story on the feeds about how he broke his arm, got hit by a car, riding his bike to acting class. He didn't even go get his arm fixed. He still went to acting class because he's a different kind of beast. He's a different kind of man. His whole family, his uncle had a whole ass brain tumor or something. And he didn't even go to the doctor. He still came to things. Dog, you don't know. Like, I broke my arm, yo, but I still went because I'm different. I'm built different, dog. He goes to deep tissue massages and he falls asleep while the rest of y'all are crying. He's like, I fall asleep, dog. Like, I fall asleep. I fall asleep because that shit, like, I put my head in a different spot. He never felt weak his whole life. I'm like, oh my God, Tucker's doing the most. He's a chiropractor. He's a doctor. He's a lawyer. He's a CIA agent. He's the toughest piece of tough that ever toughed. It's like, it's almost that as if you were all those things, you wouldn't have to say it and keep reminding us. So it does come off a little bit like, Tucker, you're performing a little too much. And also, maybe it's some insecurity coming through. That you're like, no, modern medicine. I got to get in my Tucker. He's just like, no, dog, modern medicine. It don't even work on me, yo. It don't work on me, bro. Okay, I just go lay down on a rock. You ever laid on a rock? You don't know about that life. I know about that life. It's always something. And the longer I have to listen to him be the hero of his own story every time, I'm like, okay, Tucker, calm it down a little bit. Just a little bit. It's as annoying or as exhausting as Leah using like a comma. Just like as she's talking. Now Tucker's like, I can do everything. I'm so good. Yeah. He's the new and improved Derek Zoolander. I'm not just a model. I'm not just a pretty face, dog. Okay, I got a pain tolerance like you won't believe. I'm like the freaking Terminator, bro. All right, and I'm smart. I'm wicked smart. Okay, my family's just built different. We be walking around with broken limbs, just walking down the street like, what? You want to fight? Like, that's how it is, dog. We put a bucket hat on, and it's like, I could do anything, dog. You don't even know. Get off of me. Yeah, my arm is broken. I don't even feel this shit. Ow, stop. I didn't say ow because it hurt. I said ow for you. I said, I want you to feel so bad that it ain't owing. Ow. Did it for you again. Like, it's just like, huh? What? And so we see this all day. I can't imagine dating him if Rubina does after. Again, Team Fun Feeds. I don't want Tucker to go anywhere anytime soon. I'm entertained. But can you imagine having to hear that? Honey, I think your back's broken. It's not broken. I'm just laying down for a month straight. It's not broken. You know, you're just like, honey, I don't know if you know how to change the oil in the car. Yes, I do. Why are you putting it in the steering wheel? You got to cut. It's a different way, dog. It's a different way. You got to cut open the steering wheel. You put the oil in that way. He's like, no stuff. I hung around a mechanic for 2 years, dog. He's also, yes, the bee whisperer. He's like, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. He's like, Tucker is. So we hear that. He's telling MJ, I'm a body language expert, dog. I read this shit. And everyone's like, ooh, wow, he's a body language expert. That's fascinating. Rubina, good luck, girl. Good luck. Good luck. So far, I haven't seen Rubina have like a big disagreement with him, but in relationships, those come up, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's the same in the outside world, but he's like, bro, let me get up in that cervix. Yo, let me feel around a little bit. Okay, no, you're fine. You ain't gotta go get that pap smear. Okay, because I watched a guy that did this on YouTube. He was a good friend of mine, dog. Come on. I'll get up in there. Bro, you don't need to be tested. I just tested it. It's good. It's fine. Okay? Let me feel them ovaries feel good. Okay? Nothing. You're like, okay. Like he's done everything. Yes, Rubina, right now, she's digmatized. She's just like, oh my God. And we'll see this later in the day. Rubina is still, I still think, she's not like a Holly Beth, where she was so digmatized. I was like, oh, you're done. Rubina's not there yet. But she's definitely in that early stage of like, yeah, Tucker, yeah. And, she has said in a lot of ways she feels like she's like Tucker. She's just kind of not as wild as him in the house because she's playing it down, because she's kind of afraid to be her true self and people will judge her, So Tucker's the real James Bond, dog. I'm the real dog. You ever see James Bond, dog? That's me. They asked me to play, and I was like, I ain't got time because I'm riding my bike to acting class, dog. Come on. Stop it. Knock it off. Oh, Tucker. Oh, Tucker. This obviously isn't going to, him and Brooklyn are always going to, him being a know-it-all and her being a married mother are like the same thing in that aspect. She's like, I'm a married mother. So later in the day, we finally get the conversation we've been waiting on, which is Brooklyn versus Tucker. All day, there's lots of talk. Brooklyn's got to go, dog. She's got to go. She's a snake. She's a liar. She sells out everybody she's with. And people are like, oh, okay. But then Brooklyn's putting in work. Brooklyn is like, I'm not just going to lay down and die. I am a mother. I am a Texas married, not just a mother. I'm a Texas married mother with a cute jean pantsuit that I keep pulling my tots up in. Okay. I'm not going to just lay down and die in this game. So she's having some conversations and she's starting to sway a couple of the women, make some headway, if you will, or make some titway saying, hey, you got 2 girls on the block here. As women, do we want another woman to go? Do we want the numbers to skew more? Do we want it to continue to be in kind of our favor? Or do we want, and they're like, that's a good choice. That's a good suggestion. Possibly. She's talking to T-Core about this. T-Core, we know, has felt guilty since the Cedric vote. T-Core very much wanted to save Chelsea this week. She's like, maybe we should vote out Cam, because to T-Core, she's like, my ideal alliance, Rubina, Chemo, you, me, Chelsea. Did she say Quinn? I don't remember. Okay. But something. So T-Core's kind of feeling this. Now, meanwhile, T-Core is in the 6th Avenue heartache. All right. So they definitely, according to leader Tucker, do not want Brooklyn to stay. But if Brooklyn can get some of the women to be like, oh yeah, we don't want the men just rolling through. And they are, because there is an argument to be made that Tucker wants to roll bros. If you see Tucker and Joseph, it's the most cringe-worthy bro thing you've ever seen. They got this. They have some weird little, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then Joseph always screws it up. Tucker's shirtless, so now Joseph's shirtless all the time. There's always hugs. Joseph literally cried to Tucker yesterday after Tucker's big, after he just blew up the house and the alliances after the POV ceremony. He cried. Sorry, I didn't warn you, Tuck. Like he was He was just like, "Hey, Tucker, I would have done something. I started." He was so, and Tucker just pulled him into his bosom, and he said, "It's okay, little buddy." And Joseph, he took a smell of what's that muscle on your shoulder, of the shoulder muscle. It smells good. It smells like, man. He just like, he had his member's jacket and his mustache. He let it tickle Tucker's shoulder, and they had a moment. Okay. So there is an argument that the women could make, that Brooklyn and Chelsea could be like, we cannot lose another girl. Now, Chelsea has to be willing to then lose Cam over Brooklyn. And at times I believe she would. And then other times I'm like, I don't know, because Chelsea is trying to play Love Island with Cam, even though according to her and Leah, his feet smell. He's got weird feet, even though he was doing a pedicure on himself yesterday. All right. And he keeps wearing her slippers that she got for the what were they, the weird mascot thing that her and Cedric had to do the first week. And she said he leaves his underwears all over and his socks, but she did pick up his dirty Grundies. She said that had butt juice on it. Butt juice, it doesn't come in a can. And so I don't know. Once she picked up his dirty underoos when she was doing Chelsea's Cheesemate, I'm like, she might be down bad. She might be down bad. Okay, Taylor Swift down bad. She might be. Yes, Cammy. I don't think she'll let him go. But if, they could have an argument for this, because Joseph wants to bro out with Cam. Tucker wants to bro out with Cam. Tucker wants to bro out even with Joseph. Tucker's like, yeah, dog, let's beast these comps. Let's beast them, bro. Come on, let's beast these comps, dog. Come on, dog. Don't get mad. It's just a competition. Come on, dog. Even though I get mad. Come on, dog. So there is this sense that if, the women, you already know that the men are terrified of even the idea that women could work together. Remember, Kenny was like, I think though I want to go home. I miss Renee and my swinger lifestyle, allegedly. Okay. Everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything for entertainment purposes only. I miss Renee, but also I think the women's are working together. So we know you can't even say women's alliance. I didn't say it. I did not say it. I know. We'll call it the WA, but really it's the Women's Alliance.
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
No, I can't repeat it. I cannot repeat it. I'm so sorry. I cannot repeat what I just said, because they'll be coming for me. Them. Okay. No offense, all offense, but you can't say it. Okay. Allegedly. Thank you, Care Bear. Shout out to my mods. Allegedly. All right. So, so this is going on. Brooklyn's trying to do her best. She's even talking to Angela. She talks to Angela, which apparently Angela talked to Tucker about. A little weird, because we know Brooklyn, there's no love for Angela, but now she knows she needs Angela because she needs these votes. But we remember Brooklyn was very happy celebrating that Angela was on the block for her, or not on the block, was on slop for her birthday. Angela's been her number one target. She's been very vocal about that. And she believes Angela is not a good person. We got a lot of that happening. It happens every Big Brother season. We have the self-righteous going, hey, you're not a good person. No, you're not.
Destiny.
Julie, it has nothing to do with Destiny. Stop it. Okay. But it does have something to do with Destiny's Child. Say my name. That's what Brooklyn wants to do. She wants to say Angela's name. So she talks with Angela. This is their conversation later in the evening. They talk again, because first we finally see the Tucker Brooklyn conversation, and it happens later in the evening. I was getting ready for bed, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. One more time. Everybody's feeling fine. Here we go. Yes. Here we go. Tucker and Brooklyn are going to talk madly to each other. Not madly in love, just they're angry. All right. Now, Brooklyn wants Tucker to know, listen, Brooklyn, or Tucker, whatever your name is. Okay. I think that what you said during your speech, I think it crossed the line to personal. because she's a married mother, you guys. So she's like, it got a little personal, and I didn't love how personal it got. All right. She said, everyone's doing what they got to do to serve, or she said, calling me out, you called me out, even without thinking about or asking Tucker if the information you received about me that you shared was true or not. And Tucker's like, I heard that information from a lot of people, okay? Because I can read body language, I read body language. And she's like, you don't know that information is true about me. Because he's basically saying, he's been telling everyone, Chelsea's the strategist, Brooklyn's the mouthpiece. They took over the collective. These women, they got their periods all synced up, and then they just started wreaking havoc because, part of this, Tucker just wants to spread this information. And also part of it is he's working with his boyfriend, Joseph. And Joseph will have his revenge for Chelsea, including Brooklyn, in the collective alliance without even asking Joseph. I know it says committee here, you guys. I still haven't changed it because the collective is like, I keep saying it's dead, but we keep talking about it. So the big thing is the collective, and Chelsea and Brooklyn took it over, and they were running the whole game. They were making moves, calling shots. All right. And Tucker knows it. And Brooklyn's argument is, I wasn't even supposed to be in that alliance. They added me later once they kicked out Angela because she had her freak out week. Then they added me. I don't even know how I got added. I wasn't supposed to be in that alliance. And he's like, I know you're the mastermind. People told me. And she's like, what? So most of the conversation and the day is, are Chelsea and Brooklyn the masterminds of the entire game? Did they take over the collective? Were they calling shots? And Tucker's like, and I know you wanted me to go. I know. And she's like, I just do not think that everything you were saying had truth to it. I felt like it was some character assassination. So then the two of them basically go back and forth about this. And then Tucker brings up, and you're talking to Angela. Like, we know you don't like Angela. You don't even like Angela. You don't like her like that. And she's like, no, I didn't like Angela. Angela was my number one target. And I was very clear that you were not my number one target. It was Angela. But what am I supposed to do? Lay in bed and cry? I have to game. And Tucker's like, it just comes, he's basically trying to prove to her in this conversation that it seems like she's fake, but then also saying it's just part of the game. But then also, like, you've done the same thing. So, yes. And then he goes, I like everyone in this game, dog. No, you don't. No, you don't, Tucker. No, you don't. But again, this is Big Brother. So whatever Tucker's reality is or whatever Brooklyn's reality is, their truth becomes the truth. So it's just two people not really fully listening to each other about this. And Tucker's like, no, bro. There's a point, though, where Tucker starts being like, he does this thing where I'm like, Tucker, come on. He's like, calm down. You're getting really, like, you don't have to get so mad. It's just a game. I'm sorry. I get what you're doing with your little game here, but you can't say that when you've got nothing but mad. You literally called out Cedric in front of everybody. You're like, come on, dog. You even had your shirt off. You were so aggro. You're like, come on, dog. Don't mess with me, dog. You're going down, dog. You did it to Quinn. I mean, you've called out. You basically said, I think I have the clip of it here, to Angela that you're like, you're going to eat people for breakfast, and that, you weren't even scared. I'm not even scared of Matt one bit. I will. He tried to talk to me while I was shitting.
As if it came down to mano with me and him, I would whoop his ass and get him out of here. I am not the least bit intimidated by that dude. He came into the bathroom when I was shitting one time.
So you can't then go tell Brooklyn she's getting too excited. You calm down. It's just a game. Sir, you are not the person that can be telling other people that they can't get excited or get, he was almost making it seem like she was being like too aggressive, and I'm not going to talk to you if it's like this. It's like, you scream at people. You literally scream at people. So You can't tell married mom that she can't get upset that you just blew up her whole game in front of the house. People are going to have emotions in this house. We let you have your emotions, and now we're going to let Brooklyn have her emotions. And if she wants to yell at a hoe, she can yell at a hoe. I personally didn't feel like she was really yelling. I feel like Tucker's done so much more yelling. But again, there's a lot of double standards surrounding this. And I'm just like, Tuck, he was trying to get out of the situation. That's how it felt like. That's all it felt like. Dewan, thank you so much for the first super chat of the live. Dewan says, I just want Tucker sent home. Do you think this will happen, or will he be final too? For that to happen, you need to keep people like Brooklyn in the house. They need to. If they want a chance, they need to keep people who aren't under the spell. They need to keep people that will challenge him. Brooklyn is one of those people. She's married. She found her prince. She's not digmatized by him one bit. She wants her coffee, her morning workout. She wants to get a good BM in, and she wants to talk about the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. And thank you, Amberlynn. Tucker, it never helps a situation to tell a woman to calm down, especially when you have been more emotional. You and Angela have been the most emotional people in the house. So that part, I was like, I was side-eyeing Tucker like, let the woman speak. I was enjoying it. So then he even pulled the, oh, I'm gonna have to walk away if you're gonna sit there just gonna yell at me. Sir, elevated voices. You know them far too well. You literally cornered Cedric in his room as he was looking for socks. Baby Cedric was looking for socks. And you were like, come on, dog. And it's just but again, it's Big Brother. So this is how it always is. But all the hypocrisy, like it just didn't go your way. When shit didn't go your way, when Cedric didn't do what you wanted him to do and put Quinn up, and I agreed, I wish he would have put Quinn up. That would have been awesome. But you lost it on everybody. So now you can't say, come on, it's a game, dog. If this happens to me, I'll just like walk away, dog. That's what he was trying to say. I'd just walk away. No, you wouldn't. You scream. You seem like you want to fight him. I'm just like, what? And then the retelling of this conversation. She goes and retells it to Chelsea in the backyard. He goes and retells it to Rabina. Then he retells it later in the HOH room. And it's very different retellings. I feel like Brooklyn's was a little closer to the truth of what happened, in my opinion, watching it live. And Tucker's was elevated. He was like, yeah, she was yelling, and then she was like, what do you want me to fuck it? And she barely swore. She even said a swear word backwards. Instead of saying ass backwards, she said no. What is it? Ass back? I can't even know. I don't even know now. Back ass words? No. Somehow she stopped herself from saying ass words. She even, because she's a married mother from Texas. It became, yes, a game of telephone. And Queen Dramatic Tucker was in full effect. Tucker was like, and then she like got up and stuff. And I'm like, what? He was acting like she was just like, coming at him. And that was not the case. Yes, and Cammie, thank you for pointing this out. We talked about it yesterday on the members live. But a lot of this is about Tucker's clothes being messed up. So not only is it a lot of talk of, Brooklyn run stuff, Chelsea run stuff, they're liars, they're snakes in the grass, but it's from Hide and Go Veto. Apparently, Tucker he's like, and I know it was you, dog. You went in my drawers, okay? I share a freaking armoire with freaking Chelsea, and her shit wasn't even touched, bro, but my shit was everywhere. Angela's shit was everywhere. Rubina's shit, Chemo shit, T-Course, all people you hate. I know it was you. I pretend it was Quinn, but I know it was you. And she's like, what? He goes, why'd you laugh then? She goes, because it's funny. It's ridiculous. I mean, we'll see who really did it. But he's so mad that he's like, somebody scuffed my shoes. I got $150 shoes, dog. I got hit by a car in those shoes, got a broken arm, and still went to acting class, and it didn't scuff my shoe, bro. Don't scuff my Pumas. Like, he was big mad. And he said that Brooklyn tore, I don't know if it was his dad's vintage shirt. I think it was messed up Chemo's grandpa's vintage shirts or something. And that might explain why this is a mystery unfolding before our eyes. Thank you, Zoe Starr, for reminding me. Remember when Chemo's mom, her only advice to Chemo was like, don't let people wear your clothes. And he was like, okay. because apparently Chemo has some vintage clothes from his grandpa or his dad. So maybe that's why she's like, no, do not let them touch your clothes. Don't let them. My only advice in this game of Big Brother is do not let them touch your clothes because those are vintage grandpa clothes. All right. So he just all day he's like, yeah, dog, and even Cam said, you if you dig in the drawer, you go like this and you just dig, and you could feel the hide and go veto. You can feel the veto. You don't gotta pull stuff out. You're doing that because you're petty, dog. To be that petty. Angela had sundresses. They were see-through sundresses. She still ripped that shit down, dog. You didn't need that. I'm like, Angela does not have see-through anything. What are you talking about see-through? Can you guys imagine Angela? I mean, I know she just learned how to twerk and she's very, very proud of herself. She's like, I'm doing it. It's adorable. It's adorable. But I don't think Angela has see-through dresses. What? So Tucker just knows that, Brooklyn, you touch my stuff, dog. And he hates germs. He hates microplastics. He needs HEPA filters. There's ringing in his ears. He needs melatonin. They even come to a point in the conversation where they're talking about mental health. And she's like, I would never. Brooklyn's like, I'm a married mother. I would never kick someone while they're down with mental health. Same way I was nice to you when you were going through it. And he's like, I ain't got mental health, dog. All of a sudden, he just forgot how he was definitely going through it. A lot of them have. And that's totally normal and okay. Obviously, everyone would struggle with their mental health in that house. It's a cuckoo bananas house and crazy circumstances to be put under without any of your things that we all use. We talk about this all the time to kind of self-soothe, whether it be like, your friends, any of your coping mechanisms, your friends, your phone, your significant other, children, all of, your ability, the place you go for walks or hikes or exercise, certain groups you're in, certain TV shows you watch, all that is stripped of you. So mental health. But Tucker was acting as though, like, I don't have mental health. Like, bro, yes, you did. Yes, you did. So I was witnessing in real time all the propaganda. The other propaganda rewinding back a little bit, is the fact that Tucker stays saying that no one invited me into the alliance, dog. Nobody. But that's not true, because then in the next breath, he'll be saying that to like someone like MJ, for example. And then he lists like 4 alliances he was invited to or in. And I'm like, wait a minute. MJ can legit say she was in one thing. And it was with Matt and then Leah. And it was like, whatever it was called. I forget. But you have been in so much. What are you talking about? And I'm thinking, do these people not connect the dots when they're talking to him? Going, wait a minute, but okay, you said it. I've been all by myself, dog. It's just me. But then in the next breath, you named 4 alliances that, well, they were going to add me to that one. That one I was in, and I was in this. I'm like, huh? You were for sure in those. You were in alliances, but he's got people thinking, and he wants them to think he's this lone wolf. All I got is me, myself, and I got to get myself off the block. That's what I got to do. I got to win stuff. And Brooklyn's like, yeah, Tucker, you're going to do great. You're going to keep winning. He's like, yeah, I am. And it just felt very fragile. He just felt very fragile in these conversations where I was like, okay, I've seen this before. In certain men, I recognize this. Okay. You're fun, but there's a fragility to you. You're very breakable. In Brooklyn, he went, yep, you're gonna win. You have to keep winning. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna win. I am. Now you could backdoor me. She's like, yeah. No, Tucker, you're great. You're gonna win. You're doing great. He's like, I am. Just if you can, obviously there's no flashback option, but if you didn't watch this conversation, hopefully I did it justice. Otherwise, go on Twitter and you can find lots of clips of this conversation. A lot of people like BB Lion, Otev on Twitter, they've broken it down into like 9 parts or something where you can watch this. But it's something. And then the retelling is something, because he's getting Rubina hype. Like Rubina, she can't stand Brooklyn right now because she feels like betrayed by Brooklyn. And so they're up in the have not room And he's retelling the story, and Rubina's like, she did what? He's like, yeah, dog, she kept bringing up that she's a married mother. Rubina's like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, she was getting in her feelings about it. I'm like, oh my God. So then she's hyping him up, and he's like, yeah. And she was yelling at me and coming. She came in hot. She came in hot, dog. She came in like a hot dog. Oh my God, these people. They're so ridiculous. It's so entertaining, but it's also so very ridiculous. These conversations that they were having and the retelling of it. Crazy. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Chemo would definitely backdoor Tucker. Bada bing, Frederick says. Anna says, these are the parts of his personality that remind me of Sandoval. Anna, and I couldn't help but think that as I was watching. And I know, shout out to my mod Care Bear in our group chat. I think we were talking about that because she's like, wait a minute, because this popped up on the Reddits, him modeling for Kyle Chan, who those of us who watch Vanderpump Rules as well and are well versed in the Kyle Chan and the Sandoval type of men, he is best friends with Kyle Chan and modeled on his website. And some people are like, what? We're like, yeah. Check out his Instagram. You'll see lots of Kyle Chan. So that's why I enjoy Tucker, but I'm always looking. I'm always watching like, okay. I'm like, Miss Felicia. Okay. And the minute he pisses me off, I will tell him, just like Miss Felicia, oh, you got to go. Okay. You got to go by noon today. I will, if I have to, I have to.
Oh, half of you got to go. You got to go by noon today.
We got the dog. Oh, y'all just set it up. Y'all set it straight to the office.
Yeah, we heard the dog.
So I keep, yes, they're friends. They're besties. Tucker was at the Vanderpump Rules finale for Kyle Chan's whiskey thing. He's got videos, posts about how much he loves Kyle Chan. Like, they're friends. They're besties. Look at Kyle's jewelry he wears in the house. Those are Kyle Tucker's jewelry he wears in the house. Those are definitely some Kyle Chan designs. So I keep my eye. I go, all right, Tucker, you're entertaining, but I'm going to keep my eye on you. Because men like this have tried to fool us before on other shows. All right. So I don't know how close he is with Sandoval, with Tom Sandy Butt, but being close to Kyle Chan is problematic enough. In my eyes. Obviously, this is subjective. So I keep my eye. I enjoy myself a little Tucker, but I'm not going to get lost in the sauce, as they say on Vanderpump, for this guy. So, yeah. If Tucker goes to Tucker will have opportunities after this. Tucker himself was on the feeds last night, basically saying, dude, I know I'm a legend. I know I'm going. He was telling Rubina, and I'm like, Rubina, how does this not make your baby door close up? Oh my God. If Hype Man Husband Shell was ever this cocky, again, I can just attribute it to she's in the early stages of the relationship, but this over bravado where he's just like, I already know I'm a legend in this game, dog. I already know. Yes, you have made this season in a lot of ways very entertaining and we love it, but please, humble. We gotta send him Kendrick Lamar. We gotta humble, sit down, be humble. Okay. You gotta be a little more humble. So he's like, I'm already a legend. I know I am already a legend. And then he talks about I'm here to win. I'm not going to that jury house. If they make me go to the jury house, I would just say, I don't care. I don't even want that money. I'm going to go home and see my dog. I'm going to see my dog. I'm going to go home and see my dog. Tucker has been saying this for a long time. If it's right before jury and he's on the block, send his ass home because he does not want to take the risk of going to jury. Now, to me, that's shitty because that's part of the game. And your responsibility is to decide the winner of Big Brother. That's how it's always been. That's respect for the game. If you respect the game, you will go to jury and you will do the things. That's coming off a little Kenny-ish. Now, Kenny didn't do much that was entertaining. Tucker did. But I understand you missed your dog. I understand you don't want to go to jury house, but that's part of it. So he was like, I don't even care. I will now fly myself back out if we got stuff to do. Feeds cut. The producers are like, uh-oh, mayday. Don't talk about that. And then he got in trouble for talking about production. But I'm like, Tucker, don't do that. Don't do that. Play the whole game out. You can't quit. If you do that and you end up quitting, you will not go down as any kind of person that people remember in this game fondly. We will just remember you as chaotic. Because that, to me, that's weak. That's weak. Jenny says, wouldn't Tucker have to go this week to not make it to jury? Are we starting jury this week? I'm so confused on when we're starting jury because they've changed it a couple times. So I don't know. Until I hear Julie Chen, even if she remembers, tell us. I'm not sure. Unless they've said it and I just don't remember. All right. But yeah, he was talking about, here's the thing. I do think the people in the house, like, bring them their dogs. If that's going to make them happy, bring them their dogs at this point. You know, the dog's not going to give them any spoilers. Unless someone, I guess, put something in the dog's collar, or I don't know. Just let him have his dog. But then that's making special, you know, accommodations for him. So, witnesses, I don't think BB Production knows when jury is yet. They're trying to figure it out, right? So most people, yeah, you see most people in the season be like, they just want to make it to jury. He's like, yeah. Oh, they allow pets on the circle. Well, maybe that would help these people, like mental health wise, like your pets, or just have pets in the house. Some of these pets you're trying to get adopted when you cut the live feeds. Maybe some of those pets can then go be fostered in the Big Brother house. Now, I don't necessarily trust all the Big Brother players to take care of the pets, but you'll have producers there and stuff. Maybe that could help. And then afterwards, bring the animals, the adoptable animals, onto the live finale and have them there like, want to adopt? We want you to adopt this dog. Make it do a little more Bob Barker it. Okay. Me too, Mimi. I would love to see live feeds in the jury house. But yeah, so Tucker was talking like, I'm not going, dog. I don't care. I'll pay for myself. They can keep their money. I'm not doing it, dog. But you have to. That's part of the game. You look like a sore loser if you don't do that, sir. Wasn't there a season where they let the house guests have dogs for, what was it, 17, 16? What season was it, you guys? There have been animals that they've let in there, but then they didn't trust them with fish for a while. But yeah, I do remember that. Bruce says, if Brooklyn goes, this will feel like BB21 when nobody gave any pushback to Jackson Mickey. God, I hope not. But really, I can see the parallels between the two. Big Brother 2, yes, you have a pet pig, but I think there was a dog, or at least for a little bit, not the whole time, maybe in the later seasons. It was only for like a day or so. So, Stone says Tucker signed the contract with CBS that will sue him if he leaves jury. Either most likely, I think obviously that's probably in there that you can sue him, but he will not get his money. But he seemed like, I don't give a shit. Oh, Joseph said 16 had a dog because they were boring on the feeds. I knew it was like 16 or 17 had a dog. But, you know, something also about Tucker is when he was talking to Rubina a couple nights ago or over the weekend on the live feeds, he was telling her just how much ganja he has when he's back home. And he was talking about, they were cutting the feeds, but he was talking about he smokes so much. And Rubina's like, I don't really smoke that much. She's like, do you smoke every day? He's like, yeah, dog, I be chiefing every day. I smoke weed every day. Ganja. Like, he was talking about an ounce. I don't know if it was like, again, I have nothing against people who smoke weed, marijuana. God bless. Love it. Great. But what I'm saying is you going inside a house, and that is one of the things you take every day, whether it's to like manage your anxiety or your, to kind of function, and you can't have that. That's going to play a big role in this too. So I think he misses his dog, but he also, by the amount of marijuana, amount of Mary Jane he's intaking, it sounds like it's a big difference than him going in the house and not having anything. So that could definitely be affecting his mood, because if he is, maintaining whether it's his mood over, lots of things you can use weed for, and he just doesn't get that anymore. You take anything, you take sugar away from people. Look how people act on have-nots. I mean, that's a whole other kind of like withdrawal you could be going through. But I still don't see why. I think on Celebrity Big Brother, people got gummies and stuff. Why can't these people get a little high? It is legal. It's legal beagle. And it's arguably safer than alcohol. Maybe they're afraid they're going to just be too chill, but just give them what's the one, the indica in the couch, give them the sativa or whatever it is. I'm sorry. I am like such a dork when it comes to this. I don't know a ton about the weed. I wish I was like, and then this and this, and I knew stuff, but I don't. Okay. So feel free to correct me, but just give them the one where you don't just go cheapy. Okay. You edible something. If they're going to have, it might make it a little more fun. Be honest. Might make this whole experience a little more fun for everybody. Might make them a little more loosey-goosey, a little more open. So it could explain a lot about Tucker's behavior too. Is he was saying he is smoking a lot of weed, like and even Rubina's like, every day. It's like, yeah, baby girl, every day. That's that California life. He is just, puff, like he's got 5 on it all the time. Okay, Care Bear, indica low, sativa up. So give him the sativa or something. Give him something. Give him a little bit of alcohol some days, a little bit of edibles. Wouldn't it be fun to see Angela on edibles? Oh my God, she'd be pissing her poise pad. It'd be hilarious. She'd be down trying to do the splits. This could be really team fun feats. Yeah, I mean, weed, I think most people agree, a lot safer than alcohol. So there's edible oil. I mean, he could have it in his olive oil. So Brooklyn on edibles. Oh man, that would be fun to see. That would be real fun. Big Brother brownie, special ingredient. Care Bear says, okay, he needs indica. So he might need a little indica to sleep. Maybe he does need it to sleep and stuff. So it does explain a lot. But watching these feeds, you learn a lot about the house guests. You learn a lot. Now, while Chelsea's handling this, pretty chill, Cam is the chillest piece of chill that ever chilled. This man is he's unfazed. He's wearing, like I said, the slippers that Chelsea hates on him for, her slippers from the mascot week that aren't washed yet. She loves him still. And Cam's just like, hey, man, I'm not going to get upset. He does have a little bit of game talk in the food storage room with Chelsea, which I liked hearing because they were talking about how yesterday Leah made that whole meeting and so many things about herself, basically. When the feeds came back on, she was outside telling everybody how, honest. People need to be honest. I'm honest. And I'm honest and honesty and and then she's crying to Quinn because Quinn told her that someone told him that she was talking shit on him. And then Miss Honesty all of a sudden lost her honesty. And she was like, I would never. That is mean that they would tell you that, Quinn. I never. Oh, you never said that you hate him, that he follows you around, that you got the ick, those things never. Okay. So honesty only, that's why I don't understand these people. I get game-wise a little bit to be like, oh no, you can trust me, but to always be preaching about how honest you are and on some self-righteous soapbox, I mean, at least tell us in the diary room or tell us I'm lying. I'm lying to them. And then we'll be like, oh, okay, girl, go ahead and say it. But half the time we think you people believe this. We think you believe this, Leah, about yourself. So then Quinn's like, okay, I believe you. She's like, I never said that about you. I can't believe people would. So then Cam and Chelsea had a pretty fun moment it was fun to watch in the food storage of just going how is this chick making it about? No one even mentioned her name. You don't even go to this school. What are you talking about? Her way of making it about her. And it was really funny to hear Cam kind of let loose because I feel like Cam could be a great player if he wasn't inhibited by all of this. We saw the first round, the first time he felt like he had to manipulate and lie, he was like, this isn't for me. This is not for me. And so if he felt more free to play the game, tell the lies when you need to tell, manipulate when you need to, the things that get you through Big Brother. If he felt that he was able to do those things, I think he could be a really great player because he's kind. He's so likable. I think we talked about this I don't know if we talked about this on yesterday's live or on the members only live, but T-Core was really struggling. She's been struggling, with the Cedric vote and disappointing, Chelsea and just a lot of things. And, Cam had this moment with her that was really sweet and kind and human. And we do need those moments, obviously, on Big Brother. And those are great moments where he just was like, you're fine, and was hugging her. And so it was a nice moment. So I think Cam could go so far in this game, but he is just not willing to do the things to play the game. And he said that pretty early on, like, I don't want to do that. I do not want to. I don't want to lie. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to steal. I don't want to do any of that. So unfortunately, yeah. That damn Darnell, thank you so much for becoming a member over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah. So unfortunately for Cam, I personally would like to see Cam go, just because you need now people that are going to challenge what is now the power, which is Tucker. And the Tucker mist and the cult of Tucker that's kind of rising up. As entertaining as it can be, you don't just want to see a season where he's just running shit and everyone's got a crush on him. So you need Brooklyn, you need Chelsea. So I hope that some of them kind of wake up to this. And unfortunately, Cam would have to go, but I haven't seen Cam talk about any moves he would make against this. I feel like he's just kind of going along and will ride it out with the bro out with Tucker, because that's what Tucker seemingly wants to do with Cam. So let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat. NYC girl says, the second something doesn't go her way, I suspect Brooklyn gets miserable. Yes, definitely. And she can't hide it. She cannot hide it. Kenzie says, beginning of the season, I for real thought Quinn was a lady from. I misgendered him on accident, and I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh. But I was like, forgive me. I thought Quinn was a lady. It was before he grew that little stashy and he had the hair. And I thought, oh, that just looks like a nice lady going to Joanne Fabrics. That's why I called Joe. Well, he said he liked crafts. And I said, oh, he looks like Joanne Fabrics. Looks like the ladies I see at Joanne when I go. No offense, all offense, And no. Let's see. Chera City says he got all the prereqs for a physical therapist. Are you talking about Tucker? Tucker did. KM says Cam needs to go. Kenzie says, I thought that was an interesting production choice. Frederick says, we need Jolene to confirm or deny the rumor that Brooklyn is truly a Texas wife and mother. Inquiring BB minds want to know. I can now officially confirm, after weeks of claiming to be a Texas mother, married mother, Brooklyn is in fact a married Texas mother. Don't mess with Texas. Now, later in the day, I kind of talked about this where Brooklyn then goes to Angela. But I mean, Brooklyn was trying, but I feel like the damage has been done with Angela. Not that you can never come back from this, but right now you're going up against a relationship Angela has with Tucker, and Tucker has used the POV to save Angela. And Angela's like, oh. She looks at him like her God, like, you saved me. Now she's twerking. She's involved in HOH conversations and laughing when she was freaking out recently. Tucker has put in the social work with Angela, and that's what Tucker was calling Brooklyn out for in their conversation. Like, oh, you're just going to try to fake it? It's like, well, yeah, she is, because she's got to try to get the votes. But Tucker has actually put in the work with Angela. And so I don't see that happening. But when she did talk to Angela, when Brooklyn did, she brought up, Tucker's making it seem this way. And Angela's like, well, that is not how I explained it. And if I need to tell him, they both had their nice little mother voices on. Well, we're both mothers. That's how mothers are. It's a mother's way, So you could tell Brooklyn was like, Angela, hi. Yeah, it was never my intention. I just want to make sure I didn't hurt your feelings, because we're mothers. It was just it was a little funny. But you know what? Brooklyn's got to try. She's got to try. Delivering with Carrie L says, if we drank every time Leah says like, we would die from alcohol poisoning. Yes, we would. It would be done. It would be done. It would be done. So Eddie says, Tucker really wants to bro out with Cam and would replace Joseph with Cam if Cam was interested. 100%, Eddie. 110%. And Joseph knows that shit is fragile. That's why he holds on to him this tight. He's like, come here. And Tucker, I think the mist, Sari, the mist was really in her words, in her social strategy. Tucker's mist is in his hugs. It's in his abs. Yep. Because otherwise, if you listen to what he's saying, you're like, huh? Are these people falling for this? But then he pulls them in for a hug and they're like, yeah. And then they all get pregnant. All right. Stone says, Angela's a hot mess and she will still freak out Tucker cheating on her with all the floaters. Oh, yes, Angela has more freakouts to come, but so far she's doing the damn thing. Yeah, there was no dap. We're the daps at. It's like the hug. Tucker and Angela again. They play very similar games in that way. Angela's like, oh, Matt didn't hug me, that bastard. And Tucker's like, what's up? We didn't dap it up. Cam and Tucker they're fine now, but that's what gets you on the block. Matt got on the block, lack of hug. Cam's on the block, no daps. That's disrespectful, Chris is saying. It's so silly. So silly. So the bro shake fart. Goldie. The dude crop dust the whole house and they're like, he's great. Isn't he great? He's wonderful. He's a great guy. He's fantastic. So Tucker's got that misc. Tucker could easily run a cult and a lot of people would join it. A lot of people in the house have already joined. But that's where we are now. So now today is going to be interesting to see what Brooklyn will do. Now we've had a day to kind of process. They've had a day to process the POV ceremony and Tucker's, outing of everybody. And now people, we're Tuesday, we got Wednesday, and then Thursday we got that live eviction episode. We still have AI Arena, but now we'll see what if Brooklyn is able to make some moves in the house, because as of now, it does look like she's going to go on Thursday if she doesn't win AI Arena. And Cam wants whoever's next, Tucker wants whoever next to Cam to go. He wants Cam to stay. But will she be able to keep talking to some of the women like T-Core? Will she be able to even sway Rubina into, we can't vote out another woman? I don't think so, but you never know. She's got to try. Will Brooklyn and Chelsea be able to come up with something? Will they grab the women and say, okay, we got to pull together. All right, whatever else you're in, that's fine, but we just have to make sure we stay women strong on this. I think that's kind of the avenue that they've already started going down and that they could continue to go down. I think they could even pull in Leah. There's just been damage done with MJ and all the work that Tucker's been putting in through his propaganda and his hugs. I don't know. It might be too late, but I hope for entertainment purposes and for a more balanced house that Brooklyn stays. Because I would love to see Brooklyn versus Tucker head to head. I am here for it. So I really want to know what you guys think. I don't get to highlight all of your comments during the live chat. So please, when the video posts, comment what you hope happens this week. All right. How you're feeling. Maybe you're like, Joleen, you're crazy. Brooklyn has to go. Tucker's great. You're silly. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Shout out to all my new members and super chatters today. Zacharu, thank you for becoming a new member. Candy, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Dewan, thank you for the super chat. Cami, thank you for the super chat. And Dat Damn Darnell, thank you for becoming a member. You guys, if you just became a member, go and check out the members only live that you missed yesterday under the community tab for the members. It should be there unless it's being edited for copyright. But like Adele said, more like copy wrong. And check that out. And it'll be every Monday at 4 p.m. for members and Patreon supporters in 2 of the tiers on Patreon. So again, thank you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific to talk more about what happened today and the craziness that is going on in the Big Brother house. I will also, I think maybe later today, I'll be doing a Love Island. We had the Love Island, if you guys are Love Island fans, as we talk about this season trying to be Love Island. This season of Love Island USA was pretty entertaining and dramatic, and they had their reunion, and I kind of want to go off on that. So make sure you have your notifications on for every time I go live for either the Big Brother Breakdown, a No Offense, All Offense, other pop culture television show stuff. And you guys are beautiful pumpkin spice babies. And like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.